There we are. Hey, everybody. I'm Bruce. A lot of you know me. And to my right is Nikhil.
Hey guys, I'm Tushar. I'm the founder of ZapERP.com. Good morning.
So thank you for joining us, guys. Thank you for coming on, Nikhil. We're ZapERP, and let's go ahead and jump in and get started.
Absolutely. Right.
Perfect. There we go. Nick,
Awesome.
so we got a lot of updates. Why don't you go ahead and get us started because we have a lot of things to cover today.
Absolutely. So, first of all, I hope everyone is safe at their home. Follow the social distancing rule and just stay safe. Uh, and apart from that, we are here to help you. So, yeah. So, okay, to get started, what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to talk about some of the small but essential tools that we have released in last few days. These are basically social bots, like a chat bot for your e-commerce store, as well as a heat map analysis for your e-commerce store, then social proof, which basically generates beautiful pop-ups that can help you to convert more visitors into customers. And we also have a social, so like these are the three small tools
Right.
that we recently released. And I mean, obviously I would be more than happy to go into detail for each of them, but I just thought that I just give a high level overview of like what we have done for the community for the due to recent crisis. Yeah.
I like that. You got a nice little package or a suite of tools there.
Yep, exactly.
So
So the
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the idea is actually to have like a set of tools for e-commerce. And this is where we have started to build that suite. We still have a long way to go. I'm pretty sure we are not even 20% of what we want to do. But this is this is our entire vision, e-commerce and software for e-commerce.
No, it makes total sense. So for those of the people that are out there today watching and aren't necessarily familiar with all these tools, besides that little description, could you go into a little bit of detail as to, let's say, the cost, when they're available?
Absolutely. So I mean, in terms of availability, all of these three are available right now. There is one more tool which is not technically fully available, but I will go into detail for that a bit later. So the first one is actually the bot tool, which basically, if you install Facebook chatbot on your website, it helps you to have those automatic question and answer so that you don't need to be personally chatting with your customers, number one. And number two, obviously, if you are using if your store on WooCommerce, you can actually have abandoned cart solution. So we automatically send messages to your customers, so you don't need to worry about like you haven't purchased this product, why not you come back and purchase it. Our bot will do that for you. So that is an amazing feature that every e-commerce store owner should have. Most important, right now it is free. So if you register right now, you don't need to pay anything for the social bot. It will remain free forever. Now, before I go to the next product, I mean, I thought that I also mentioned to you in terms of a social bot, you can also use the same tool to make automatic comments and replies. So if you have a Facebook page and if your customer posts something on your Facebook page, our tool can automatically post a reply to that. So, for example, if your customer asks, like, if it's a Thanksgiving season, and if your customer asks some question, you can automatically reply to him, "Hey, our stores are not working on a weekend. We'll come back to you on Monday." So, a bad example, but we can do that. So, yeah.
So so it's not just a website chat bot, but it's also a Facebook comment bot. And does it handle comments or questions that come from personal messages on a Facebook page?
Personal messages,
No,
not
no,
at the moment.
not personal. I mean like DMs on a Facebook page.
Yes.
There you go. Can't complain
Yep.
on that.
Yeah, exactly, and it's all free, right? So, so it should be everyone should just use it as much as possible. It's gonna give you more better results. Yeah.
So does that connect or integrate with Zap ERP in terms of like inventory questions?
Yes, I mean the way it works is it connects with your store, and your store connect with ZapERP. So eventual plan is to actually have the flow, intelligent flow, where order is placed via bot and the same order is received and processed in ZapERP. So right now it's still a bit manual, but eventually it will be extremely automated.
Oh, I like that. I like free. I know a lot of them like free, but it makes sense because it becomes like a an extension of Zap ERP at the same time, and makes it a lot more friendlier and accessible. So there's almost like a customer facing component of Zap ERP that they can access through, without having to, bug support essentially, just to find out, do you have inventory for, like this product. That's helpful. It saves time on the e-commerce stores who maybe don't have a support channel. So I like that. That just helps streamline things.
Exactly, and that's a great point. I mean, what you just made. I mean, so a customer who is using maybe a Facebook, he will see your chatbot and he will say, "Okay, do you have the speaker? Yes or no?" And the bot will answer them yes or no. So that saves tons of time to small owners as well as, I mean, any business owner.
Right, right. You're getting some shout outs there. Some Gareth is saying, love that you're also giving out free tools. So hey Gareth, thanks for showing up.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right.
So
Yeah,
the Yeah.
go ahead.
So the
Go ahead.
next one is actually the Hotmap. It's basically heat map analysis tool. So all you have to do is put in your location, scans your session, as well as it tells you the heat map, like exactly where your visitors are staying, and you can make better decisions. So I mean, for Shopify app, for tool script in your Shopify store, but for other e-commerce, or if you are using that's it. And trust me, this tool is free. There are the idea is to branding also. The idea is we help e-commerce people as much as possible. So more intelligence we provide to them, they
Right.
can make better decisions.
Got it. Now, for me, my connection was distorted a little bit. Could you repeat a little portion of the hot map again? I don't know if other people were having the same issues too.
Sure, not a problem. So the idea behind the hot map is there are two primary aspects. Number one is it automatically records user sessions. So as an e-commerce owner, you can see or you can view these sessions and understand user behavior. Like, what are they doing? Are they adding to their cart? Are they registering their account? Or do are they able to convert by by looking at your product images? So that is number one. So recording sessions. And number two is heat map. So actually, where your customers are clicking, are they looking at your banner images? Are they looking at your like some sort of a hotspots where, for example, click here to buy, click here where you see some sort of a discount? So are they actually clicking on those particular hotspots? So Hotmap can tell you all those individual details, and it does such a beautifully. I mean, it actually tells you, okay, if user clicked on a certain button, did he come from Google or did he come from Bing? So that when you are advertising to those customers, you can advertise on Bing or Google, right? So yeah, I mean, obviously, the idea is to give them a sort of like an in-depth overview of what exactly their customers are doing. So yeah.
So I gotta ask then, because we just talked about it in social, but Hotmap. So Zap Hotmap, is that also like a free tool for everyone's e-commerce stores?
Absolutely. It is 100% free.
You're going to get a lot of people who are going to be looking at you and are going to be interested, be like, what are all these free tools to play with?
Yeah, I mean, that is the whole idea. I mean, we want to help e-commerce businesses as much as possible. And I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, they are the one who is going to tell us that, okay, you guys need to do this, you guys need to do this. And I mean, they're going to help us to grow. So it's basically win-win.
And speaking of win-win, I jumping into the third one, social
Sure.
proofs.
Yep. So social proof is actually a, a pop-up solution again for e-commerce where you can display small but beautiful pop-ups to your visitors. So it could be like a FOMO pop-up where you are saying that okay, there is a sale for certain products, but it's ending. You can show that notification. It also has a Shopify app, so you don't need to worry about manually installing that script. Uh, just to show you the stats like how popular it is, in last 7 to 8 days we have displayed 100,000 notification.
Now, is Shopify mandatory in order to use that?
No, it is not. You can be on any website. All you have to do is copy the script and use it. That's it.
Got it. So does it have like dynamic numbers or counters also?
It has a dynamic counter. It also has a dynamic purchase pop-up where you can display that okay, in last 24 hours you have made 10 sales, you have made 20 sales, and so on.
That's not bad. That's not a bad thing at all. So I'll ask what probably everyone else is going to be asking too. Social proof through Zap apps. Is that also free?
Yes, that is also free.
That's going to get a lot of people happy.
Yeah, I hope so. Because to be honest, that is one of the first tool that we started as a free, and we received really good response. People are liking it, and yeah, we are liking it too.
I think that'll get a lot of people's attention. There we go. I put it right there at the bottom for everybody. Free product.
Perfect, perfect.
All
Looks
right.
good.
Let's move on to the next screen. What else you got for us?
Okay, now I guess this must be the question of a lot of our users. Like, what are you guys doing? What are your updates? Just to give all of them, and first of all, most important heads up, please do subscribe to our newsletter or just register an account online on ZapERP.com because we do send updates on our email. We make sure that we at least send one email every 2 weeks which contains what all features that we have integrated, what all bugs we have fixed, or what all blogs we have added. I mean, we have really, really active blog where we try to help not only in terms of e-commerce, but in terms of running your business as better as possible. So just a heads up, like I hope people are subscribed to our newsletter or registered account on ZapERP. That basically takes directly to our newsletter. So yeah, apart from that, so these are our current updates. Now what we have done is we have sort of distributed our releases into three phases. The first phase that we are doing right now is more focused on stability of the system. So we are making sure that if we are syncing with Shopify, the sync is perfect. If we are syncing with WooCommerce, sync is perfect. If we are, let's say, if we have POS feature, which we already have, that feature is stable. So the first phase that we are going through right now, and that is where we were focused on last few months as well as this month, is stability of the system. I will go to the next phases, but before that, I'll just go through the some of the updates that we have already released in last few days. So
Sure.
first of all, we have released returns and replacement process. So now, if you are a European customer, you can comply with European return laws, which is very, very important for any European business.
Right.
Now, then we also released a beta integration for BigCommerce. Please note this is beta, so you guys need to work with us to make sure the API keys are there and your products can be imported.
So let me highlight also something for everyone who doesn't know much about BigCommerce. Just so you know, one of the two major Instagram e-commerce providers is number one, Shopify, and number two, BigCommerce. So if you happen to have clients that have a necessity to have products that are shoppable through their Instagram profile, they either have to have a Shopify account or a BigCommerce account. So just keep that in mind if you need to make products, purchasable through the Instagram application.
Great point. Great point. So yeah. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is why actually we started to sort of focus on big commerce more and more, because we realized that this is huge. This is as
Right.
good as Shopify. So yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
True.
Then we also, okay, before I go into the merge part, I just thought I should mention you eBay. So
Sure.
we have improved eBay a lot, but to be honest, I'm gonna add a note there and say a better sync is coming in May. So eBay is gonna be completely automated, two-way sync where you can add product directly in ZapERP and those will be pushed to your eBay store. So right now the integration is there. We can pull the product and we can update the quantity, but the better integration is coming soon.
You
Yep.
can't get better than that. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah. So then next is merge item from various channel items. So, this sounds like a very small update, but this is a game changer update from us. So why it is game changer? Because let's say if you are selling on Amazon and Shopify, many times, in fact, many of our customers has said, okay, I'm selling 10 items on Shopify, 5 items on Amazon. I don't want you to push those 5 items from Shopify to Amazon, right? But I still want you to keep syncing those 5 products which I'm selling on Amazon. So now that is possible. So now you can actually decide like which product needs to go to specific channel. So if you want to sell a specific product on eBay and not on Amazon or not on Shopify, you can do that now. uh, Initially we were missing this feature, so we were asking people, okay, keep your the channel different, but now you can actually have those channel combined. So that is a big update.
So is it pretty much the same thing as like a sync functionality? So if you have 3 products on Amazon and let's say 7 on Shopify, those 7 items that you have in Shopify eventually will show up on Amazon through like a Chrome extension, kind of like that.
uh, so the product addition has to be done manually in Amazon, unfortunately, because that is the Amazon restriction.
Right, through their
So
API. Yeah.
exactly. But if you are, let's say, if I take a same example, and if I say it's a WooCommerce, then it's automated. Then exactly what you just said will happen.
So the different offerings that you have for products in different channels will sync to the other channels, Amazon being the exception. So that way the same products that you have in one will appear in the other network.
And not I hope
Nick,
you were able to hear me.
I was losing you a little bit there.
Okay, so even with Amazon, quantity will sync. Only the description and the addition of new product, that is what we won't do with Amazon.
Okay. So, but ignoring Amazon, you'll still be able to have the same products that are in Shopify. You'll ZapERP will push the product in the description to WooCommerce, to BigCommerce, to eBay, to Etsy, et cetera, et cetera.
100%. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome. It just saves everybody so much more time when they have a large marketplace or a large product offering.
Yep, absolutely. And that is the idea, that is the basic premise of ZapERP, to have the flexibility of actually pushing data across your channels. And one more thing which I should mention,
Sure.
this also allows users to decide or have a different product on different channels. So what does that mean is you can say that, okay, on Amazon, I'm calling this product as a iPhone, and on my Shopify store, I'm calling this product as a Galaxy S7. Okay, a bad example, but the idea is you can call the same product a different name and merge that product in ZapERP.
Okay.
Yeah. So merge the product in ZapERP, and ZapERP will make sure that iPhone from your WooCommerce or Amazon will be synced with Galaxy from your Shopify.
saving us time when it literally comes to everything. Inventory quantities, picture updates. I'm assuming you could do picture updates too, right? We can sync this.
Uh, Not yet. Not the picture updates are coming soon. They are definitely. I mean, they're gonna happen either this month or next month. So that is definitely our one of our priority.
Right. Okay. So then everything else. So like quantities and description for now, pictures soon. So if it's on one, we'll be able to have it synced across all the others as well.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's just
Absolutely.
so convenient. That's such a big time saver. We just don't have to waste the time helping either ourselves or our clients have to maintain and manage different product descriptions everywhere, different items everywhere, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, that just makes sense.
Absolutely. Yep. That's the whole idea. Yep. And then other improvements are Shopify improvements. I mean, we have stabilized the system or the sync with Shopify a lot. One of the major update that we released in month of February was around quantity buckets. So I'll give you that background and then I'll come to the Shopify. Uh,
Sure.
so what we have done is basically what happens is for any e-commerce user, when the order comes, that that is not the point where they reduce the quantity. That is the point where the quantity is committed, right? So you are committing to your customer that, okay, I'm going to give you these 10 items, that's it, but I haven't given you those items yet. So we call that as a committed quantity in ZapERP, and then your on hand quantity or your actual quantity remains same. So these are the some of the events that are really important in your e-commerce customer life cycle. And now those events can be captured in ZapERP. This is what even Shopify doesn't do it. So when order comes in Shopify, the quantity is immediately reduced,
Right. Correct.
right? So that is why people don't use inventory management for Shopify. They use a product like ours to manage the inventory, because when the order comes, we don't reduce the quantity. What we do is we mark it as a committed, and when you actually process that order, we convert that into actual, like we reduce the on hand stock and then we reduce the
Right.
committed quantity. So
Because a lot
this
of
was
things can happen during the order process. Even though there's an order that's been committed, maybe someone had issues with their credit card, then they had a charge back, or there was an issue with shipping. So you still have that inventory on hand. There's no point for Shopify to say that's one less on inventory when technically it's still in your possession.
exactly. So absolutely, you are absolutely right.
Yep. Yep.
So that was
Okay.
one of the major update that we did in February, and that is how now that is basically having a good ripple effect on rest of our feature set. So now Shopify sync is improved. So now we know, okay, what is the available stock so that we can push it to Shopify.
Not bad. Not bad. Helpful. Totally
Yep,
helpful.
yep,
Especially from for those who do their own shipping. Just FYI. That makes total
yep,
sense. Yep.
yep, exactly.
Okay, next one. What is it? Quantity and price updates for Amazon.
Okay, so quantity and price update for Amazon is actually an old update, but I just thought I should mention it because this was something that we did not have mentioned in any webinar. Now, if you are Amazon seller, if you would like to update the quantity of your product, you can do that. So all you have to do is create a bill in ZapERP. It will increase the stock quantity, and the same information will be pushed to your Amazon account. Simple. So quantity will be updated, price will be updated. And now imagine this feature getting connected with our one of our upcoming feature scheduled for June, July, which is price comparison and price intelligence. So
And
now, yeah, so now we gonna suggest you, okay, how much is your competitor charging your customers. So now once you have the price intelligence, you can adjust your pricing just with the press of button, push it to Amazon, push it to WooCommerce, push it to Shopify, and that's it, you have fresh pricing.
now, will it come to a point where, let's say, you don't want price to be a factor, and let's say we always want to be the most affordable solution out there compared to our competitors, which are also competing against us. The thought process is if they try to undercut us, and then let's say we have that competitive analysis tool that says, okay, their price is listing at $9.99. What if you list it at $9.49 or $8.99? will the tool also do the automated price adjustments for us, just so we're always beating the competition if we set that
Initially,
option?
yes, initially it will do the suggestion, and then it will do the automatic price adjustment where you can set a threshold and say, okay, you know what, feel free to adjust this price by 5%.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot, especially
Yeah,
for those who never want to lose out on sales. I'm kind of like that a
exactly.
little bit. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. So the more that
Exactly.
automation can be applied in terms of price adjustments, the better. The better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah. So this is what I mean. This is what I will go back to my main point. This is what we have been doing, making sure that whatever releases we do are actually making sense for a long term.
Yeah. I mean, for those of us who are really heavy into e-commerce, it makes sense that we don't have to baby it further than what we already do. And what I mean baby, I mean like manage, maintain. I mean, you already have the support, you already have the shipping issues, you already have the pre-sales, customer support that's going to come up. Now having to deal with competitors with price management, whatever tools that Zap creates that can help alleviate a lot of that routine. I don't want to say headache, but a lot of the burden that just is well appreciated. So thank you for creating that, and I'm glad that you guys thought about regarding setting a price threshold, because you don't want to bottom your price out so much to the point where you're not making any profit at all. So I
Yep.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Absolutely. So then we also have few other updates like price list improvement, Magento improvements, where we have fixed the tax and discount issues. Price list is actually quite useful if you are a B2B seller, or even
Yeah.
if you are selling offline. So just to give you a background, price list basically allows you to have different prices for different customers.
How does that
So
work out?
so for example, let's say we have a customers who sell offline as well as online. So what they do is they use Shopify to sell online, but they use ZapERP to sell offline. So customer comes to their store, and then they know that, okay, this customer is a wholesale customer, so always give them a discount of 10%, or give them a specific price. So the item that sells for $100, for these guys, the item is going to sell for $90 or $95, whatever the price segment that you decide for that specific customer. So the advantage is, if you have 1,000 customer, you can have 10, 20 different price lists, and you can say, okay, this segment of customer get this pricing, this segment of customer get this price.
How is that pricing then distributed? Is that only on a website, or is that on the e-commerce networks?
It's not on an e-commerce network because we can't control the Shopify or like sales channel itself,
Yeah.
because we don't have the access to that. But when they create that order in ZapERP, they can.
So how then? Oh, once they've created, how do they see the pricing beforehand that it's going to be different for them compared to the rest of the public?
Good point. So what happens is, whenever a customer, let's say whenever order is getting created in ZapERP, if the customer has assigned a price list, and if the customer is selected, we show
Right.
them a pop-up that says, okay, this customer has a price list assigned, so they're gonna get a discount.
Okay.
Okay, so I mean, I'm just trying to simplify this.
Right.
Obviously there are some conditions apply. For example, even though customer has a discount, but that product is not on discount, so you can have those kind of detailed rules settings where you can say, okay, doesn't matter what kind of price list customer is on, but product should not get a discount.
Okay. So in a way, the best use case would either be someone ordering from your website, or a pre-existing Zap customer would be able to get things at a discount. So in a way, we could list this almost as like a loyalty program tool, where if you've purchased before, you get discounts, you get incentives to purchase products again, but you're at your price brackets for your products are at a lower cost.
Yeah, I mean that's a good analogy. Obviously, loyalty program can be a bit of a complex management, but yes, you're right. It basically rewards customers if they are regular buyers or wholesale. So, but it is a manual thing. So user needs to manually assign the price list. It can't do it automatically.
That's fine. At least there's an incentive to encourage more conversions, more sales from repeat customers, which is not something that you find all the time on e-commerce platforms.
Yep. Yep.
And the fact that you already have that as an extra feature built in just provides more value to ZapERP as well. Yep.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. And then the last update would be is if you guys had a chance to check out our mobile app, we have released a POS. It's a beautiful POS. Basically, works both on a tablet as well as on your phone. So it shows you those big icons so that you can use touch screen, add to the cart in your store and create order based on that. And so the order is created, the quantity is going to get reduced, it's going to get pushed to ZapERP. ZapERP is going to reduce the same quantity in Shopify, WooCommerce, and everywhere else.
Now, is that a separate mobile application or is that within the same ZapERP mobile application?
It's within the same ZapERP mobile application.
There we go. So technically, if we take any products and we're on the go, say some of us go to I don't know, like a farmer's market, you can actually bring the products with you and you can actually have the tablet and the app and you can manage your checkouts. I'm assuming customers can put in their information there too, and we could process their payments right there and manage inventory all at the same time.
Absolutely.
That's big. So for all of you who ended up purchasing ZapERP in the past, I don't know, 6-7 months, just so you know, you now have a POS system built in your hand, part of your toolkit. Keep that in mind when you're talking to your clients as well.
Yep, absolutely. So
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, yeah. So that's actually a big thing that we wanted to have it integrated in the system, not separate, not as a separate tool, but in the system. So we were able to do that. So
that
yep,
launch now for everybody.
Yep.
Put that in there too for an announcement.
Yep. So okay, so then we also have some coming soon features, which we have split into 2 months actually. Some of them are coming soon this month. Some of them are coming in month of May, and there are some June and July plans too. So for example, this month we are actually launching one interesting feature that allows to select the warehouse of the customer based on customer shipping address. To give a good practical example, doesn't matter what sales channels you are using, whether it's a Shopify, WooCommerce, or something else. When the order comes to your store, that order is going to get created in ZapERP. But at the end of the day, you need to know, okay, whether I should deliver from New York City or whether I should deliver from Houston,
Right.
because you have these two different warehouses. So ZapERP will suggest you, okay, you should deliver from Houston because customer shipping address is in Las Vegas, which is closer to Houston.
Right.
So ZapERP will automatically do the distance calculation for you, and it will suggest, okay, Houston warehouse, and then you can ship much faster.
What about cost-effective shipping if we have multiple options for shipping?
That is something that we have planned to integrate, but yes, that is definitely we want to do that.
Because at the same time as we're working on scale, right? We want to scale with ZapERP. The ability to have the shipping, which ends up being a burden to everyone because there's costs that's involved. The more that we can optimize it, so there's less of a financial overhead, the more profit that everyone gets to keep, right? So it just makes sense that if we're going to be optimizing speed, maybe we could see what else we could optimize. So I guess that would require maybe more providers or more data from us as to what other shipping possibilities there are. I don't know if that means we would have to integrate UPS or FedEx, maybe private sector, but I think that just makes sense.
That makes 100% sense. So that is something we have planned, and we will definitely do it. It's not immediately planned, but we do have plans for that.
Perfect. I love that. But the shipping speed, like especially in today's world, let's face it, we all know within the past month or two, the world has shipped into an Amazon world that is more dependent only for everything else is shut down, right? So we can't depend on normal stores to carry the products that we need just in case something like this occurs and happens again in the future.
Yep, exactly. I 100% agree, and that's where a product like ZapERP can help to make those better decisions.
I totally agree. Okay, moving on next. Product
Sure.
batch.
Yeah, the product batch support is something that we had planned from long time. To give a simple background, product batches are like the best example could be medicines. Medicine could be like a paracetamol or Tylenol. It's one product, but it is gonna have multiple batches. One batch expires in month of June. One batch expires in month of December. Right.
Right.
So that you can now manage in ZapERP. We haven't fully released the feature yet, but we will be releasing it this month. But that allows people to do that, people to manage that.
Well, then that helps out even more so with my example of people who are dealing with batches of product that may be produce at
Yeah,
a farmer's market.
yeah,
That makes sense. Where it's like you have products that are only good for a certain amount of time. Yeah,
yeah,
awesome.
exactly. Then we also released a webhook support partially. Again, 2 3 customers asked us, like they wanted the webhook, and we actually had a survey of some of the other customers where we wanted to understand, okay, why what is the purpose of webhook. And they said, okay, why not we are able to build something around ZapERP. And we found that idea really interesting, because if the order is coming from Amazon and if we are sending a webhook to some of these guys, they're going to build some small apps around ZapERP, and that is what we would love to see, an ecosystem around a ZapERP. So webhook support is coming very soon.
So I'll put this out there. Does that mean now companies will be able to get notifications sent to, let's say, Microsoft Teams or their Slack channel for different types of notifications instead of being dependent only on emails?
Absolutely.
I'm going to put it out there. I'm a big Microsoft Teams proponent. Please put that in with part of your webhook support, just FYI. Yeah.
Sure, absolutely.
Now, a lot of people are going to ask, because of webhook support, what about the status of Zapier and Integromat if they're already not familiar with how do those two companies figure in with ZapERP?
That's a great question. So we have actually planned Zapier. We had planned it a bit before, but we had to move because of some other priority items. So we
Mhm.
have planned to release SyncSpider plus Zapier in month of June and July. SyncSpider, technically, I mean, we already talked with the founder. They would like to do it as soon as possible, and we're gonna do it. So that's June, July, SyncSpider plus Zapier, 100%.
Hi, Norbert. Norbert is the founder of SyncSpider. Thank you
Yeah.
for integrating. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Then we also have user permission fix scheduled this month. We had a bit of a trouble. So if I be honest, uh, the problem was we received. I mean, it's a good problem to have. We a lot of customers started using the software, so it started to reduce the speed of our servers. And as it reduced our speed, we started to figure out, like we started to find out, okay, what is the problem. And we realized that permissions, like the roles, causing a bit of a speed issue with ZapERP.
Right.
Right. So we had to disable this feature where users were not able to assign the permission and roles to their teams. But now that has been fixed. We will be releasing sometime this month, so that they can assign those permissions to their teams.
Makes sense. Makes sense, especially if you have, let's say, the agency also who's managing multiple clients. Let's say you want to have a VA or a teammate associated to just specifically one brand. Then I guess that makes sense, as part of the permissions would be, hey, this is your only focus is just this customer.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. That is the whole point. I mean, if you have an accountant who needs to access only to invoices and just would like to reconcile with their Xero or QuickBooks account, just give
Right.
him that. So that's the whole idea. So, and then last update, which is coming, the major update is inventory item per channel. So this is actually already released. It's not coming soon, but it's already released. And I think I already mentioned where I said you can now control the item that you would like to sync with Amazon versus Shopify.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
So
move on to the next one.
sure. In month of May, we are definitely launching new improved version of Etsy. We will be resuming Flipkart right now. Flipkart is suspended because of lockdown. Obviously, we are coming up with a new improved UI. So a lot of people asked us, okay, some people like the UI, some people don't. And personally, we prefer to keep on improving. So what does that mean? That means we would like to make it easy. We would like to make sure we are covering all those nitty gritties of the UI, like some of the small feature that needs to be happen. So
Right.
all those things gonna get launched in month of May, where we you will see a lot of improvements around the UI. We are also launching an integration with ZapSeller. So ZapSeller is another product which I did not mention till this point. ZapSeller is going to allow users to sell online. So it's basically a store for your product. That's it. Simple.
Now, I don't want to get too much into ZapSeller. We should save that for the next following weeks because I think that's its own dedicated episode in and of itself. But that's a nice little teaser up for everyone. It's more than just a destination, but let's just leave it at that for right now.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. And obviously, I mean, there are going to be a lot of other improvements. I mean, we talk with a lot of LTD owners, a lot of subscribers, and we always make sure that we are tracking their request. We are following up with them. If you think that we haven't followed up with you, please email to us, and we'll be more than happy to make sure to give you exact timeline, like when that feature is going to appear.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right.
And then I'll just quickly go through some of the other updates that we have scheduled for June, July. Sync Spider,
Sure.
Zapier, definitely coming soon. Product suggestion, price comparison that we just discussed some time back. Then planned first version release of Lazada and Asian marketplaces. So this is again one major update for ZapERP is going to be in June and July, where a lot of our Asian customers are going to have those Asian marketplaces integrated. Guys, we haven't forgotten you. It's gonna come, and it's gonna come beautifully. So then
Perfect.
the last two is sales prediction AI, purchase prediction AI. So this is interesting. Okay, so we actually started working on purchase prediction AI way back, almost a year back. But then we stopped working on it because then our focus become more of a stability of the system. How do we make sure that Shopify is stable? How do we make sure Amazon is stable? How do we make sure eBay is stable? And obviously we are improving. I see comment from Bianca, and I think she wanted to see eBay. So Bianca, we are making sure that you are catered. But apart from that, we are also making sure the smart features of ZapERP are there, like sales prediction. Are we able to predict your sales for next 3 months? Are we able to predict and tell you like what all the purchase that you should be doing? Because this is what is going to make difference.
Yeah, the
So
forecasting. In other words, the
yes,
amount of resources that we need to, let's say, money that we need to accrue in order to be able to say, look, for my sales to double in 3 months, I have to save this much money in goods to resell.
exactly. And we are
That'll
at
be
the perfect spot
Nick. That's going to
where
be huge. I'm just
exactly,
putting it
and
out
we
there.
are
That's going to be big. Yeah.
yeah, I hope so. And we are at the perfect spot. We have enough data to actually run our models. So the AI ML models that needs to be run, now we have data that can actually execute on those models.
So we should probably get feedback as to what are people looking for in terms of their AI for forecasting. So I guess that's something that we'll ask for the people who aren't already part of the Facebook group, please join the Facebook group. Leave your comments regarding regarding today's social webinar inside there. Ask us any questions that you may have, but also we want to hear, what are you looking forward to regarding the AI, regarding sales, regarding predictions. We'd like to hear, what are you looking forward to? That way Nikhil and the team are a little bit more prepared when it comes to finalizing the execution of the AI for this summer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Please, especially regarding the AI part, the more feedback or more sort of like a what kind of information that you are looking for, a thing that you give us a better way for us to prepare for those models.
Perfect.
Yep.
So we did have, let's see, I think support already took care of that question, but let's say people want to sign up for the newsletters at ZapERP. How do they go about doing that?
The easiest way is to actually register an account on zaperp.com. That's an easiest way. Or you just need to go to our website, put in your email address, and you will be enrolled.
Okay, perfect. I'm assuming
It's very
there's
simple.
probably a subscribe button somewhere. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. So
Okay,
it's there on our blog. It's there on our website. It's register an account, or just send us an email. We will add you.
perfect. All right, next one is, so the nearest warehouse feature, will that work with an Amazon warehouse?
Yes and no. So the short answer is it works with any sales channel because we create order in ZapERP. But then comes the fulfillment of that order, right? The problem is Amazon doesn't, I mean, allow yet. Okay, yet. So this is something that's going to happen in future with ZapERP. But right now, Amazon doesn't allow us to fulfill the orders directly. But once we have that feature fixed, you're gonna not only process the order for Amazon, where the nearest warehouse will be automatically selected, but you will fulfill the order and it will be pushed to Amazon, so that nearest warehouse from Amazon will be automatically selected.
How long do you think that's going to take? Because I know that's a big service that people provide, is to become their own fulfillment from Amazon or by Amazon when they're their own shipping warehouse or goods warehouse.
So this is something that we plan to do around Amazon improvements, which will be month of May.
That's going to be big for people who do a lot of Amazon fulfilling, especially now. I think once things settle down with Corona in the next 2-3 months, and the shipping, Amazon removes a lot of those restrictions, we're going to see some changes that it's going to be interesting to follow. The logistics world, the e-commerce world, because how are any of us going to survive? If the post office doesn't exist, in the United States, and your local supermarket, how would anybody have gotten anything? Amazon, has been just, reduced all goods for being shipped to a month, unless it was, like emergency or sanitary items. If it was available for, paper goods, hand sanitizer, they would expedite those if it was readily available for inventory. I'm interested to see how the e-commerce world is going to change once things start to settle down a little bit.
That is great point. I mean, it will be very interesting to see. I mean, that's a different discussion altogether. But I would love to know, I would love to understand some predictions, some features. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward for that.
Nick, I think that pretty much wraps it up. You had a lot of announcements, a lot of launches, a lot of updates, and I think that pretty much is going to be it for today. Anything else you want to add before we wrap it up?
No, that's all. I think we have covered a lot of points. If there is anything, feel free to reach out to our customer support or email us. Obviously, questions doesn't need to be now. It could be anything or anytime.
Perfect. And on that note, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I know it was a little bit different than usual. We're going to try to be going Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific from now on.
Yeah.
We just wanted to push out this update to everyone and give a big kind of like, social webinar regarding everything that was happening. So we didn't want to wait an extra week for that. Next week, we'll go back to our regular time. That's going to be Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific. On that note, everyone have a good week. Stay safe. Don't forget your social distancing and wash your hands.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
All right. Have a good one. Take care.